Hello, everybody! Welcome back to our first inaugural stream of 2025 of War of the Realms. So freaking excited for today's session. So happy to see you all in chat back on a Sunday. In the new year, even though it's been real shit so far. Let's hope this is a brighter day for all of you out there. You might notice some different backgrounds with me and Anna specifically. We changed our entire apartment around, so our bedroom's our new streaming station. We've got fancy toys, we've got lights, all kinds of things, new headphones, cat headphones. Oh man, it's so good to see all of you. I'm so excited. But not going to waste too much of your time because we know we want to dive in. It's been a hot minute since we've come back to the story after the holiday break and everything and finding time to get everyone together. But we've got a big announcement. Big announcement, everybody. Drum roll, please. The War of the Realms cast is coming to Emerald City Comic-Con. Yep, we are going to be in Seattle doing a live show, everyone. A live show of War of the Realms. Crazy. We kind of submitted it as like, wouldn't this be neat? And they said yes. So, holy crap. Unfortunately, the very lovely Hermitha Chelsea Byes will not be able to make it physically, you know, as a human being physically. They have an amazing event that they are doing at the same time. So congrats to you, Chelsea. I'm sure probably by this time you've let people know, or maybe later on. But Chelsea, Hermitha will be there in some other form or fashion. Ooh, mysteries. You gotta find out.
Very ethereal.
But yeah, and I guess I could probably say what the theme of the one-shot will be, just for everyone that's maybe curious. For those who've been watching the channel for a long time, you might have remembered there was a certain part of our story after a specific dragon turtle fight where Luin was knocked out and was gone for a session. We just said he had a crazy fever dream, nightmare dreamscape that he was dealing with. We're going to play that on stage, everyone. We're going to actually play that dreamscape on stage as a fun side quest. It's going to reveal lots of cool lore, lots of cool backstory, and involve everyone here and fun NPCs and kind of be an all-star event for War of the Realms. So, but it would also be a crucial part of the story as well. So for those that have been watching since day one and want to come see us, come hang out. And for those that maybe just tuned into this today and you're like, who the hell are these weirdos? Come hang out with us anyway. We're pretty fun and cool and not weird at all. But yeah, so ta-da! We're going to be at ECCC. Hope to see you there in early March, right? Yes, early March. So come on down. I'm sure we'll be releasing posts about it and everything. So thank you, Emerald City Comic-Con, for letting us grace one of your stages. We're super stoked. And yeah, we'll see you all in Seattle. But enough of that, because it's time, everyone, to dive back into the world of Fôlkvangr. So, as we say here every week, well, not recently, but continuing on every week, grab your favorite drinks, grab your favorite sets of dice, and let us dive into today's session of War of the Realms. So, last we left off, the party known as the Crystal Vanguard, currently located in the Astral Citadel, the arcane hub of the continent of Fôlkvangr, here to unravel a mysterious plot led by far realm entities. This group has fought psychic goblins. This group has saved a crystal dragon. This group has made friends with a traveling merchant with an army of kobold friends who's a crocodile humanoid named Karsus. They had a pet cow. They have helped a mayor, the mayor of Crystalbrook, try to figure out why so many kidnappings are currently happening at this time. And all of this culminating into a very, very long-awaited meeting with the arcane ruler of the Astral Citadel, known to these lands as the Yellow King. Since they've been in Astral City, lots of things have happened. You uncovered a furniture shop that was overtaken by creepy humanoid mimics that shape changed. Seemingly might be more of them around these parts. You're not too sure. You went and did some side quests that involved a fighting pit out in the Mystic Grove that a group of mercenaries had cobbled together that involved capturing animals of different types in the Feywild and the forest around the surrounding area. You won that fight, but not before Druid Circle, who was very, very pissed off that their animals were kidnapped for this purpose, shut it down and took capture of Grimlock, who was leading this very nasty endeavor. And you had gone from there to fighting an Aboleth, which you got a fun little side quest from Isolde Moonshadow, or how we call her around this place, Hot Goth Tiefling Mommy. And you went into that battle too head on. Was pretty shaky at times, but you also prevailed. Some very scary whispers of this Aboleth going into your mind, saying things you don't necessarily understand. Passages said specifically to Lewin, once again, suggesting a time of peace is coming, be the weapon you were meant to be. What? What the fuck does that mean? But after that fight, you got rid of them. I believe you are currently leaving out of the cave to head over to this long-awaited meeting at the hub of the Astral Citadel with the Yellow King. So, all of that out of the way, everybody. Making your way out of the waterfalls as the rushing water falls down past you. Crystal Vanguard. I finally get to say after almost a month. What would you like to do?
Get our money.
Agreed.
Guys, I'm a little hurt. Oh, sorry, I can help you.
My friend, I think we need to get you some armor.
You know what? I've been thinking about that for quite some time, and I think I'm ready. I'm glad we've had this talk.
It's time.
It's time.
Yeah, what is that? Just leather, or?
Yes, it's the finest leather for my region, but it's for looks.
We need functionality.
Not for function.
As well as a little bit of fashion, but functionality is needed. I know you stay back there and you assist from, but you can't get hit so often. And when it does, it needs to stop.
I think it's the
Deflect.
color. I think they see me so well, and I just think they come running. It's like they think I'm taunting them.
You're too pretty. We need to suit some armor.
You said it, not me. But thank you. You're right. Oh, and then Clara, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me get you real quick. Hang on. I'll just do
Go get my
a first level
coins.
healing word.
Thank you so much.
Is this 2024 healing word?
Yes, it is.
Yes, but anyone who's watching, we are going to try to stick to 2024 rules. Still learning them as best I can. Still a pretty new rule set for myself. But yeah, we're going to try to adhere to that. So normal healing would be a 1d4 healing word, 1d8 cure wounds. But new rules, it's doubled, 2d4 and 2d8.
I love that for me. In 2025. All right. Thank you, Clara.
And about the rest of us, we're all
You're so welcome.
doing okay, and we're all kind of all right. I'm scratched, but I'm all right. Everyone's okay.
Isn't that wonderful for you? But Aboleth really just...
It's on you. I mean, really. I'm supposed to be the shield here, Hermite. I don't know what you think you're doing here, Scorpion Rider and all.
Swap clothes next time, then,
Okay, all right.
Then they'll see you, That kind of doom and gloom makeup and just, it's like camouflage or something.
All right. It works. All right, it works. Especially with this thing.
That's real. That's real.
I mean, maybe you could just like move when they try to hit you. You know.
Dodge in this?
Okay, maybe that's not.
No, you're right. You're right.
The art of
I've got
evasion.
my coins ready. Let's go buy some armor at the next next spot.
We gotta get money first.
Right.
Am I broke? Oh my god!
I've got all your money. We've been over this. You're not the best with it. It's okay.
That's very true. But I was wondering if someone robbed me mid-fight. I just didn't know.
No. We actually came across some fun items.
Oh, nice. Love that for me.
I'm not holding it. Someone else is holding it. The magic blue veined.
Okay, just to comment on that. Posted that clip, not thinking it would go viral. You know what? Internet, you're welcome.
This is not a serious place. So,
Who has the staff, by the way?
is that what we're calling it?
It's a big blue staff and it's got nice balls and some veins on it. See?
Oh,
And
nice.
Clara will just hold it up.
Of course she's holding it. Of course. That was comedy.
We haven't like identified what it does, right, Kevin? We didn't.
So no, you haven't
Do we want
identified
to?
what it does yet.
You can attune to that if you want to, Clara. I just don't know.
I don't know. I remember, like, when we were in there, I was feeling it, and I didn't feel any kind of magic vibrations, no special feelings about it. I think maybe we'll just keep it for now and not attune to it. Maybe at the library they can tell us more about it, or maybe
true.
Isolde can tell us about it.
Good idea.
Seems like something Isolde might have proficiency in knowing. Yeah.
Don't make me clip this. Don't make me. I'll clip everything that's about this staff, all right?
Cool.
Can you tell we haven't played for a month? on me.
I was going to ask so many questions.
You know what? Now the live show is not Luen's fever dream. It is the origins of the staff, how it was made, where it came from, why it has what it has, and you all play a part in making it.
I don't want to play a part.
the title writes itself. Now I have to be written out of this because I can't be a part.
Your family lineage started it. That's where it comes from.
Oh wow, my grandpop, I forgot. He had this staff and we got rid of it for very good reason, but you heathens found it, of course. Wonderful.
It's just so beautiful.
And that's the story of the staff. How fast that went.
I'm a child. Clara will start.
To
Lead
Moonshed.
the way.
Aye, to the Citadel.
All right, so going to Moonshadow's place.
Yes.
All right. Also, chat, if there's an echo, apologize. We're still working out having two mics here. We'll get it sorted. All right. Whew. So, leaving the cave to the waterfall, we're able to climb out of it, get back. Of course, it's only been a couple hours since you had left the Mystic Grove to come over here. So it's still midday. Sun is shining. City still bustling. You still see off in the distance some skiffs kind of roaming around from the Spellblade Guard that guards this bustling arcane city. But it doesn't take you much time, as you kind of you've been here for a little bit now, so there's no need for rolls to know where you are, get lost or anything. You make your way over to the Ethereal Hollow, that sort of space with that district within the city that deals more in the mystics tied into like goods and services in exchange for magical services and all that. Slowly make your way through the more cleaner streets into the more grittier, shadow-filled sides of this district. And again, make your way over to Isolde Moonshadow's Curios shop. All darkened windows, beads hanging down. Open up the door, make your way in. Things kind of as you left it. No one at the front desk at the moment, but all of the dusty old books, all the skulls that are still on the shelves, all the jars with all weird colorations and things, scrolls, all wrapped up. All there. What do you want to do?
Hello? Mommy? Are you here?
You just hear a yawn kind of come from the back room over there. Sort of a beaded separation from the front desk over to some rooms in the back. Elongated red fingers show up in the crevices of light that are coming through the darkened windows. That visage of Isolde comes forth, this red-skinned tiefling that is not. They're not very aged to say, but they don't look very young as well. But they've got kind of cat eye makeup on. They have these dark red robes that are kind of drifting down, tattered a little bit at the bottom. Those who had a crush on them before, I'm sure you still probably do. Looks like they have some sort of like silkened robe on. They're just kind of starting their day and getting up and going, oh, you didn't die.
We killed the thing, and we have proof. And I shake, I think I got 4 vials of ink, and I'd like shake those.
Oh, splendid. That's perfect. Give it here. Takes the vials of ink. Oh, there's lots I can do with this. And, the brain?
I gesture to like Torben and Lewin, who probably are carrying it.
You have it.
Fantastic. Was it, as easy as you thought? Tell me, I would love to know.
I mean, I didn't get hurt at all. It was great.
Some of us did. Look at Hermitha. It's like,
Oh.
I want the office like pan shot across the counter, and I'm just staring at the camera, and I've got like bruises on me, and I'm staring right at the camera now. And then I look back to, we're really calling her mommy? Is that her name?
No.
You just said it with such confidence. I wanted to follow through.
Miss Moonshadow, but I just think it suits her so much better.
I think it's
A lot of
Fey
M's
thing.
in there.
It must be a Feywild thing. I don't know.
You can call me.
Shadow.
You can call me whatever you like, dears. And she kind of gets up and just kind of curls her elongated fingers with these sort of long pointed red nails, yawning and just summoning things to their palm as a cup of hot tea that's nearby kind of floats over, puts another hand out, little stirring stick goes in a hand, and she just starts stirring it around, takes a couple sips. Well,
Would you happen to have one with lavender? Please.
you know what? You look like you've had a bit of a rough day. Why not? Kind of puts the fingers up. Anybody else want to indulge?
I cry into the cup.
4 cups? For bringing a prize such as this, well deserved. Just kind of puts their fingers up, and just various mugs are kind of on various shelves, kind of start to float over, kind of dust them off as the cloud of particles just blow up into the air. Looks like they haven't been touched in a while. Reaches behind, kind of puts their hand out as the pot that's brewing in the back kind of wafts forward. And at first it has more of a green tea kind of smell, and she just says, lavender, right?
Yes.
Puts their finger in and puts their finger in this boiling hot water, doesn't flinch. The coloration of the red kind of turns a bit dark as they start to swirl it around. You see this kind of cloudy green kind of have a start of a purple cloud in it as it starts to change, and you kind of start to smell the hint of lavender inside. So they puts that down, wafts their hands, the stream of liquid kind of goes into each cup, pushes it forward.
Thoroughly impressed, it's wonderful. In my head, I'm
Clara
like,
picks-
show off.
You wish you could.
I wish.
Clara picks hers up and mushrooms, and tries to put her finger and make it mushroom tea.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Mushrooms.
That's a 5.
Yeah, you'll take 2 points of damage as you just put your finger in the scalding hot water and go, ah!
Well, that didn't work out.
She's like, I don't like it.
Yes, it takes a while to learn that kind of bit of it's fine, it's fine. Well, everything looks to be in order. Did you give her the brain, Clara?
Torben did.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you encase it in?
I think we had it just like wrapped / carried it.
Just like in some cloth?
Of course.
That's what
Why
my
did-
memory states.
Why even
right.
ask? They put anything in a bag. Anything. They'll
We're,
put
we
anything
bag. We're
in a
big baggers.
bag.
We're a big bagging family.
They wrap it in cloth and they move on.
All right, so you just come over with a soggy, wet piece of material and go,
Yes.
and just kind of put it on the front desk with the juices kind of trailing down the side of the darkened wood desk. Well, not hope it's still in good condition. But a deal is a deal. She kind of goes over into the back through the beaded curtain, comes over. All right. This big, huge chest of sorts with various gold pieces start to come out of it as they lift open the case. 4,000, was it?
Yes.
Pushes it over. By chance, did the aboleth say anything to you as you fought? I know they can be very mischievous creatures.
Indeed. Yes. I wasn't extremely aware to its, mental invasive abilities, but I did get something. I wish I could make out more of it, but I just remember a piercing voice in my mind speaking about becoming a weapon. And that's all I could make out.
She kind of looks over to you, Lewin, as you say that. A weapon, you say? You have no idea what that could relate to?
It could or couldn't. I don't know. I've been involved in a lot of things. I don't know if it was relating to just me or something that I might be related to, or I'm not sure. It was very vague, but if there's anything, I could sense that it was ill-favored.
Curious. Would you indulge me for a minute, boy? Come here.
I step forward.
She kind of takes her fingers over and kind of grasps your forearm, kind of pulls it in close. Puts up her finger, and her nail that's pointed kind of stings a little bit. Do you mind if I just take a sample? Just a little bit.
Lewin's eyes narrow, and you can kind of see a slight, preparation kind of thing going on in his head, but he obliges.
Just a procure of knowledge, and I'm ever so curious.
Go on.
Just kind of digs into your palm as she kind of rakes it down a little bit, creates an open wound, and a bit of blood starts to trickle down, and she kind of floats over a little vial, not too long, but more wide, and just puts it under it as it... Thank you. And as she takes her finger again and kind of retraces that line, it just cinches back up. Hey, no harm, no foul. Appreciate it.
And what will you be doing with that?
Investigating, we can call it. Not too many times that aboleth makes such claims as someone to be a weapon, especially those that have never maybe heard that before, have no idea what that could mean. That's tasty.
Well, that's my blood, so if you figure anything out, you let me know, okay?
My doors are open any time. You've done something that is very hard to do, so if you're ever looking for more work, need some more tasks at hand, happy to oblige.
Well, thank you. On behalf of my party here, I thank you very much. And I kind of go back to looking at that wound.
It looks over to you, Hermitha. Do you wear any symbols of your deity?
You know, for my description, I actually don't.
Okay. So, looking over you all, the chest of gold is there. Well, I guess that makes a transaction complete. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Can Clara test one of the pieces of gold in her beak, make sure it's, as far as she can tell, real?
Yeah.
Oh,
Go over to it, look into the chest. It's got sort of Astral Citadel stampings on him. You go over. Real. It's metal.
Is it as soft as I would expect real gold to be?
Make me an insight check.
So soft.
23? 23.
Nice.
Foiled chocolate. No. Go-
That's great, honestly.
What are you trying to pull? No, you go in there and it's solid. Ding, ding, ding. It's metal. It's real. And the soldier just kind of looks at you as you kind of try to put it in your beak, and you're kind of trying your best to kind of chomp on it. Everything all right? Is it up to your standards?
Yeah, it's good. I've been screwed over in the past. I always just check now.
She also likes to chew on metal things sometimes.
Hey, you said you wouldn't tell people that.
It's okay. She's perceptive. That's fine.
Man, now she's not gonna like me. She's gonna
She
think I'm weird.
loves you, Clara. Look at you. You're adorable. So, do you have any items that may allow to perceive through disguises, magical disguise, true seeing things?
That's a very specific question. Why
Yes,
would
it
you need
is.
such an item?
To see through disguises and magical.
Well, she just looks at you like, yes, I'm aware, my big friend. Is there a job you're doing? Is there anything you can clue me into as to why you would need such thing? If you go into a store and ask for a rope, a machete, and a gun, people are going to ask questions. So I would just like to know.
Okay,
What you might be used-
we've built some trust. So I feel like the devil you know is better than the devil you don't. So, have you heard rumors of doppelgangers or shape changers or people acting differently of that nature?
Now, those are interesting questions. She kind of... You say that, and there's a bit of clockwork going on in her head. Well, the Astral Citadel has the finest protection in all of Volstiba. If anyone was to try to infiltrate and start a coup or take it over, I'd imagine someone would have heard something at this point.
We've ran into a few already.
You have?
Yes.
May I ask where, in what form?
There was a furniture shop owner, Woodrow.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Yeah,
We
he
did
didn't. He rubbed us the wrong way.
That's
from
a weird
the start.
smile. He's always smiling. It's just all
Very
the time.
passive aggressive, yes.
He was making mimics and sending them all across Velstiba, And he was a doppelganger, we found out, and we killed him.
Well, the doppelganger.
Yeah,
Not
he
We
was.
don't know
Yeah.
who the other guy is.
poor
Yeah.
dude.
Where?
We also ran into some in Crystalbrook Village. I don't know if you've heard of it, but there was I guess she was like a secretary or receptionist at a detective agency, and she was a doppelganger. And we're not certain, but we think maybe a person of some authority from Crystalbrook Village may have been impersonated.
And there was. We noticed a guard after defeating Woodrow who seemed very suspicious. So we do believe that they could be infiltrated deep within the Citadel's defenses or hierarchy or in government. So we need something that we can maybe see through these disguises and be able to identify who we can trust or who we need to eliminate. Because there's a lot of otherworldly influences coming in, and he will kind of look at Rala. Our friend Rala knows a little bit of otherworldly influences, but she can choose to share
She's
what
just
she
gonna
knows.
kind of like shift her feet and like, I'm kind of one. I was a part of a crew that we hunted mind flayers for a short period, and some of the damage that we come across was similar to damage we've seen before.
And you just see her kind of like looking at all this, like eyes widening, and it's hard to know. Her reaction is like, I've heard all this before, or like this is all new information. Yes, I recognize Githyanki when I see you, and they don't usually come to these parts unless there's some sort of mission to align their motives with the Astral Citadel in some form, some clans.
She's just gonna kind of shift and go like, I'm a Githzerai. No.
Oh, my apologies. Even more curious.
She's just gonna kind of like house cat away.
Okay. Which leader from Crystalbrook Village were you referring to?
Well, it wasn't a leader. It was just a
Captain of the guard,
captain.
I believe.
Yeah, that's what he was. That's what he was.
Austin Demery.
Austin
Yeah.
Demery, aye.
Okay. All right. This is a lot. So, mimic humanoids that may be from the far realm infiltrating parts of the Astral Citadel and its neighboring villages. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, you don't have to get involved if you feel like it. We just need items of assistance or things that can help us to identify them or protect our minds. Because mind flayers.
And honestly, you didn't hear it from us, you know?
No.
Like, yeah.
And I doubt that, you probably have heard some of this, if not just odd ends and bits of it from your affiliations with the underside of the entire city, unless I'm mistaken.
Family's a tricky thing. Lysandra took one path, I took the other. I hear things from time to time, and I play my part in the Citadel's influence. I haven't heard too much about this, though. Strange things that happen within these walls tend to get covered up pretty fast. I do my best to hear what's going on the streets necessarily, but not too much about the mimics or doppelgangers or anything like that. There have been rumors of disappearances or something from Crystal Brook, but that's all I've really heard. I'm curious, though, if I were to give you something that could help in this area, one would think I myself may need such an item to make sure that nothing happens to moi.
That's understandable.
Indeed.
Can you make something?
1 second. Goes through the beads. Comes back. Has another sort of curated box. Like an oversized jewelry box. Opens it up. The sort of pulsing, glowing energy comes from this sort of jagged piece of stone. Gem of Seeing could help in this area. Won't necessarily give you true sight necessarily, but the power within is not finite. It could work with a couple charges and allows you to see past such devious acts. I was kind of holding on to this for a pretty big buy. These things are not cheap. How much gold do you have?
4,000.
Oh, so you were broke until you came to me.
Pretty much, yeah.
I see.
Can we interest you in some crystal dragon scales?
I got more blood.
We harvested a lot from that aboleth. It wasn't just a brain. We have like claws and teeth and bone shards and...
Well, if you give me suppose ink and a brain, you have more?
We
Yeah.
have the whole thing.
We literally did. I'll just open up our bag of holding. Take a look. I'll just start pulling out everything. Some of this you might not be able to use, but do.
Disgusting.
I'm sure that you could make little trinkets or harvest something from these. So if you...
Certainly.
Torben, make me a persuasion check.
Ooh. 18, 22.
She looks at all these things that you've gathered. All right. We can go down the price a little bit. If, let's say, this town's about to go down in flames, as you seem to be suggesting, how may I call upon you if I am in a bit of a bind? Trade can be lowered for exchanges like this. Trade could be lowered for personal favors.
That's true. I don't know if we have... We don't have any, like, sending stone devices.
I do have something. It wouldn't help call us, but we've made some friends along the way. And she pulls out the pendant that Karsus gave her. This is a dear friend of ours. He has a traveling caravan, but he's very strong. He's got an army of kobolds behind him. You could call on him to come and get you and just tell him that you know us.
She looks, and as soon as she sees the pendant, her eyes kind of light up again. This person gave you that?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what that is, do you?
Nope.
What is it?
I'm so glad you said something.
My friend, that is not part of the deal.
Can I
You-
insight check?
You sure can.
I finished my tea and I'm like, there's a lot going on. It's all flying over my head.
It's a 13.
Ralla's just like non-verbally speaking to Hermitha with her gun, like,
Yeah, you look at her. Isolde's got this poker face that's hard to read.
I'll hand it over. But only for the gem.
An even trade for a gem of seeing?
You seem very interested in this, and we gave you a whole ass aboleth.
And made you privy to possible coup to the entire
Lots of information.
citadel, which
Alright.
would be the safety of your own shop.
Luann, make me a persuasion check at advantage.
I'm just saying. Alright, I'm glad this is advantage. Okay, that was a 4.
Boy, did you not get a dice box for Christmas.
I have a box.
Upgraded
anyone is
from the
going-
Altoid tin.
If anyone sees Christian at a con or anywhere, please, for the love of God, give him a dice tray.
18. Poker face.
800 gold, and the rest for the gem of seeing. And that is
700 keep the blood.
So
I'm pushing it.
Aboleth 800 gold for the gem of seeing.
that's what she's putting out there currently.
Are you interested in crystal dragon scales?
Very much so.
How many gold of interested?
This many.
Tell you what. Give me 1, 2. We'll trade.
Torby, give the lady her money.
So 800 gold. Are we keeping the dragon scales?
Well, I think it's either we give the dragon scales or we give the 800 gold.
Corbin the treasurer, man. It's between you two, I don't know.
We also
Corbin
have,
is the bank of the Crystal Vanguard, being like, denied! Denied! It's
We have-
free or nothing!
4 pieces of jade and 3 fancy gems worth 50 gold. We
You like
also have-
tapestries?
We have tapestries.
So many tapestries!
I have these fairy wings. But those are fun.
No, don't give those up.
We have the mirror shard. We have the Fey Bell. We have yeah.
Honestly, just give the lady her gold.
Okay, or
Just for the audience, a gem of seeing is like DMG prices 5,000 gold. So I'm trying to be very respectable here.
and if
And we're
feel free to call on us in any way that you can if you do find yourself in trouble, because you have made a friend of the Crystal Vanguard.
As you say that, you put, let's just make it official. You'll give you'll give
Yeah.
the gems or the gold.
The gold, unless you want all of our gems worth.
No, you don't have to. Just
I don't know how we're going to use them other than using them for trade.
well, yeah, but you could save them if you want to. I'm just saying you
Sure.
don't have to make
Yeah.
that a part of it. So 800 gold, the
The Aboleth extras.
Aboleth extras, and the vial of Luin blood. So do that. And as you say that, though, Torben, that declaration of if you need us, contact us, find a way to contact us, and we'll be there. And she kind of sees that and smiles. She raises her hand as that silken black robe cloth dangles off of their red-skinned forearm. She takes this piece of string and wraps it around her hand and reaches out for a handshake to seal the deal.
Torben will shake her hand.
As you do so, the string, like a snake, wraps around your hand and forearm, and a little glowing of light happens. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
To be clear, is she also taking the Karsus pendant as part of that deal?
No.
Okay.
Oh no, that would be it. The Karsus thing was a part of that.
Is the seal
Oh, it was?
thing? Yeah.
Wisdom saving throw. That is a 6.
6. Okay. So the string goes around you. Bright light kind of emits. And you feel the sort of tingling sensation go up your arm and into your body and kind of ignite a minute and goes away. Thank you, my friend. Deal's a deal. Here you go.
Much appreciated, my friend, and I'm sure we will be in touch.
Oh, one more thing. Can you point us to some shops that might be able to help us with armor, potions, and oh no, we got the item we needed. So armor, potions, and maybe some scrolls.
Something in my size, please.
You know what? For you being so generous, I'll throw in something for free. What do you need?
Hello, I'm a cleric and I need armor. Thank you.
We're looking for some heavy-duty plate armor.
Heavy armor. A chest plate would be great. For sure. Pauldrons, nines, some greaves.
I think I got just the thing. Goes by the curtain. You can hear some like boxes being moved around and some comes out. This hefty breastplate armor. Dusty, old. It kind of has a bit of a shape to it. Looks more like a gladiatorial breastplate armor. With brown straps on the backs of it to encase it. You see on the bottom has Isilde Moonshadow's initials on the bottom. It's like, I've given this a little bit of a personal touch again. Hoping to had a buyer in mind for this, but since we're all such good friends now. There you go.
You wore armor?
At one point, yes.
I'm sure you have quite the story. Thank you.
So,
Try.
Hermitha, as you put it on,
Yeah.
what do you want this breastplate to look like? What color do you want it to be? How does it shape and form to your body?
Oh, you know it's something sheen. Like it has a beautiful sheen to it. And it's definitely going to be that deep purple that I already have. I like things to match my outfit. And I need it to be like somehow like triangular shaped almost. Like it goes like in this really cool like point down to my midsection. And then it has like these very dramatic, almost like shoulder, shoulder pads almost, but it's just like points like that. It's like this really cool, like pointy, but sleek. And then of course, hopefully, if I could, it'd be cool to have my family crest like appear on it, if that's possible. The Sunbury clan just boom.
Yeah, Sunbury clan goes on that. As you put it on, it starts to like form fit around your body, takes an exact shape as it starts to become more of a triangular in design. The Sunbury clan logo starts to appear and kind of emblazoned onto the metal and has that slick sheen coloration to it, just as you thought about it, and just kind of.
Oh, wow, that is fabulous.
I know,
It's
I'm
just-
very good. Yes.
It's just sitting in a box. Wow. Oh, thank you. Oh, Torben. And I spin.
I couldn't have thought of a more fitting piece of armor for you, my friend.
Thank you. That's how he says it looks good. Yeah. And I thank her for the pieces. If there are any other pieces, I put that on as well. But Everything
So-
else just kind of fits in that same like color palette if there's more. And I love having a little fur, boots with the fur, you know, that kind of vibe. Yeah. Adding all that on there.
It is, I'll save you the attunement time. It is an enchanted breastplate that gives you a +1 to your saving throws.
Thank God.
Very nice.
DM's like, you need it,
Yep.
kid.
Something's coming.
As a DM, when I do like hard trades, like I'll make you sweat, but I'll make it worth it.
This is sick.
I
Let me
just
add
failed
this.
the wisdom saving throw, so, you know, for whatever may happen.
This is gonna be great. No,
It's
it's,
very-
totally worth it. For my fashionable breastplate, thank you.
Oh, beautiful. You look
It's
gorgeous.
gorgeous.
great.
Oh my God, thank you guys. We made it happen. It is officially added to my sheet.
Hell yeah.
Anything else I can help you with?
I mean, clearly she can do anything.
Potions, scrolls, off chance.
Might have some things around. What were you thinking of?
Any health potions are always great. Potions of like invulnerability or resistance, especially
Haste.
knowing haste. Haste is great.
That worked very well in some Asgardian battles.
Anything protecting our minds, so like anything that helps us succeed in resisting mind control.
So, just to save on time, because this is the fun role play, but I won't do the DM thing of like, and you meet Christian, the neighborhood potion maker. Let's go down. I know, Christian, I'm not very original sometimes, so tell me.
I'll do it.
Hey, I'm the potion maker. What do you want?
The potion master.
What kind of potions do you want? Like,
So you've given
That's our side quest.
800 gold of your 4 grand
Yeah.
so far. So potions of healing, if you're just doing regular potions of healing, that's 50 gold. If you want greater, it's 300. And superior is 750. She's got 3 or 4 of the regular potion, 2 greater, 1 superior.
And she has nothing for resistances or anything like that?
Searching. DM's crazy notes. No potions of resistance.
What about the Aboleth type potion? What was that one?
There was one that gave you advantage on like the save against the creature. There was one that cured the disease and one that gave advantage on the charm effect, but I think it was all specific to that type of creature.
Yeah. So there's that, and then potion of haste. I'm trying to find it. Shopping, so exciting. Do. Do. Let me see. Trying to find my potions list here. Hard to find at the moment. Potion of haste, let's say 200 gold.
Okay, so if we get 2 graders, that's 600. And then the haste is 800. Would you throw us the superior to make it like 1,300 total? Torby, is that okay?
Just looking over. Is that all right?
You're doing well. Yeah.
Thanks.
So, yeah, so the 200 for the potion of haste, and then the potions of regular potions, superior potion, healing, and then was there another one?
I wanted 1 superior, 2 greater, the haste, and technically that would all together be like almost 1,600 if my mental math is working, and I'm asking for a 300 gold discount for 1,250.
Wow.
Sure.
Nice.
Big bird.
You are the best mom. I gotta
Do
tell
that
ya.
in Clara speak, please.
Yeah.
You are the best mom ever.
Thank you. I had to
Sorry, I
like bring
got
it back.
excited.
Yes.
You know that-
You spoke some. Your numbers were on point, and it bothered me a little bit.
Sorry. I just, I channeled my better self, and that doesn't happen often.
Oh, you did that.
Such a
I
line.
need to lock in.
Takes a lot of practice. It really does, I take a lot of the mushrooms really help me bring it in.
Sure they do.
Just kind of negotiating with this old moon shadow, saying all that, and she'd be like, well, we're all friends now, right? What's the harm? Might not be here for much longer if things progress the way that you're saying, so get those deals in now, I guess.
Of course. Do you have any scrolls?
Get a couple in the back. What were you looking for?
Hermitha, what were you looking for?
So anything situational would be very, very useful. I also wouldn't mind having haste in our ring, just in case we get separated. Invisibility, would love that. What do you have?
Let's see. Invisibility. Are you looking for a scroll or a potion?
Something I can store in my ring, so a scroll preferably.
Scroll, okay. Scroll.
I'm looking for more like battle control type stuff.
Scroll. Why is the scrolls here? All right, scroll.
So we haven't really do we go up against mages a lot? We've been going against stuff that like smacks us in the face. So I need like shield. I don't know, shield's mage stuff. I need like haste. I
Ring
need
of protection.
control monster, all that. Yeah.
To that point, though, we are going to the Citadel that is
Yeah.
controlled by mages.
Silence. Shut them up.
Yes.
Yes.
So third level spell scroll will be 300 gold.
Wait, you said just general spell scrolls?
Yeah, just like the scroll
level.
of third level spell scroll will be 300.
Okay. I don't know the levels of all those spells I just listed off. I just knew we needed some of those. So we can get those to third level. Is what you're
Yeah.
Well, you would, if it's like invisibility is like a first level, you cast it at its
Yes.
base level. You can't upcast from a scroll. So
Yes. It would be
maybe
at
Kev,
first.
we can just like work it out later.
Yeah,
Give me that. I'll spend the money.
$500 worth of spell scrolls.
Tobin, is it allowed? Could I have scrolls?
Of course.
Money, please.
yeah. Haste would be 300. The scroll of invisibility would be 100.
Yes.
Silence would be 200 because it's a second level.
Yeah.
Thank you. 600 gold. I want all of those.
Okay.
And they all fit in my ring.
Yeah. Getting it all done almost in one place is hella efficient.
One
That's
stop.
convenient.
Yeah.
Very, dude.
Luane, is there any interesting like ring of protection that helps all of us? If you have I've heard of magic cloaks of displacement. Boots of speed have been good for.
Well, I'm not
running
magic at
out.
Walmart here, all right? I got some things that I have, not a lot of others.
You seem
I'm
to
just,
be.
I'm just saying. Just saying. If he wants a fancy enchantment on his mace to like smack harder, do you know of any stores that might have that, or do you have like something you can imbue into the handle?
I'm not much of an enchanter myself. Most other places around here knows a pretty penny to get weapons enchanted. if you're going over to the Astral Citadel, maybe the mages could do something for you. I know Ring of Protection is pretty goddamn pricey though.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at like a two grand total for something like that.
Not if we steal it.
Hey,
We did just buy an invisibility spell, or like.
didn't hear that from me.
All right. Are we happy? Good?
I'm ready. I've got one potion of speed in my pack. Don't remember how I have it. I have it.
Yeah.
So there's that. I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, thank you so much, my friend. You really helped us in a way that I don't think you're going to really understand.
I hope that I don't.
I hope you don't either.
I'll treat her right. Thank you so much. And I
She-
gesture towards my breastplate.
She's been through a lot. Treat her well.
You should write a book.
You know, I have thought of that. If the time of the day ever occurs that I need to get something out there, yeah.
I'd read it. Your story is just on the tip of your tongue, I see. Just waiting for it to come out.
The Adventures of Goth Mommy has a good ring to it.
Period. See? The story
I
writes
told
itself.
you her name was Mommy.
Well, you have all been saying it so much, I'm just getting kind of used to the idea a little bit. Just a little bit.
I just want to make sure we're being polite. Thank you. We'll try to stop whatever's happening so it doesn't affect your shop.
Honestly, I'd probably just move.
There you go. So wise. Oh, thank you, Miss Mom Shine. Shadow. Mom Shadow. God.
Mom Shine is awesome. That's a My Little Pony character, man. That's crazy.
The pony. Yes.
We love
The
it.
hooves, the mane, all of it. Just stomped right into my head. Thank you, Miss Mom Shadow. Appreciate you.
So as this is coming to a close, just again, save on time. How much more of your money do you have left?
I lied to her that we had
Of course.
You have to roll a deception roll if you're telling your lie.
the DM
We deceived
didn't
the DM.
realize. We just fought in the fighting pits and won 1,200 gold before we got
Yeah,
there.
you're the
so-
one that gave us all the money, Kevin.
You did give us the money. Yeah.
I'm having a hard time finding prices at Wizard Costco right now, all right? That's all I'm putting my entire brain power to figuring out. It's fucking hard. I know it's a DMG. Imprev's got prices on there. But we don't have time for Kevin to scroll through D&D Bible to find prices on fucking everything.
2,600 gold, and I've got gems worth other equipment, 400 gold, 450 gold worth of gems.
I totally
So
believe you.
about
I thought we were
3,000.
wrong.
You
3,000
were
gold.
deceived.
The less you guys know that we have, probably the better.
Just, you did that not for me, but for them.
How much money do we really have?
It's
I want to
literally
buy
the fact.
this.
Literally.
and
Hey,
this.
if you guys don't want to have to do deception rolls or insight rolls for the game, and I will just do things and not give any of those out, that's fine. We can
Just
play that
actually
game if
lie.
you want to.
So like 3,000.
You're actually all in hell, and you're playing through.
fight through Avernus.
You've all
We
been dead.
don't know. We are not lying. So, it just works out. It is what it is. It's a good
get it.
system.
It's like getting into that exchange where, like, a player's like, I cast a spell. What spell? You don't know what I'm casting. Like,
Roll.
We don't know what we're spending. We
Okay.
don't know.
I can play that game too.
They took all of my money.
Well, here's the thing.
Inheritance and all.
You asked me in character.
I did.
Like, how much gold do you have? And I just answered, but yeah.
And you believed
If
it.
you would have asked me as the DM, I would have said we have about 3,000 gold. But yeah.
It was just
Fair
good
enough.
role play,
Fair enough.
fire.
Fooled
I think
me.
I'm good roleplay. None of us even realized.
I didn't question it. I was like, yeah, he took my inheritance money and it's still there sometimes, I guess.
Corbin's gonna go down as like the James Bond secret spy of Asgard that just like this brooding barbarian comes out with a suit and a cigarette. He's like, I know how to get into any filtration room. Takes off his muscle suit and he's just a skinny guy on stilts.
Fooled you all.
Fooled you all! I'm the master manipulator.
He's the mimic. He's the mimic we all are looking for.
The name's Bin Tolbin. As Jody Rose has just said. All right. So with that, I'll just say let's just let that pass because that's just hilarious. So you have spent what Isildur probably thinks is the majority of your pot.
Yeah.
You have some reserves. We can make some, because she doesn't have everything.
Yeah, of course.
Pretty generous up until this point. I also don't want to role play you going to like 90 shops to be like, is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? So let's say
Like magic enchantment weapon place before we hit the library.
okay.
Yeah. We'll find our way there.
Find your way there. Okay. So, as you conclude your business with Solday Moonshadow, say your various goodbyes. Be like, well, good luck with it all, I guess.
Thanks. It was so nice meeting you.
Thank you for procuring me this. I very much appreciate it. And good luck on whatever you're about to do. And Torben, my Asgardian shield friend, keep an eye out. I'm sure I'll have to call in that favor sooner or later if everything that you say comes to pass.
We'll do our best. Hopefully we're not preoccupied.
Well, that may not be up to you. All right. Have a good day, everybody. She turns around and you feel that glittering sensation in your arm just trickle a little bit as she walks away.
All right. We have some money burning a hole in our pocket. Do we just want to go see if we can find an item to help one of us? Maybe a couple of us, depending on what it might be. Yeah?
You know, honestly, I'm good. Yeah. But anyone else need anything?
I honestly can't think of anything exactly that we need. I know that we just need to be on our A game once we get in there.
All right, shall we just head to the library then?
They might have stuff too that like
That's
scrolls
true.
and stuff.
True. Good idea.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Okay.
To the library then.
Did Torben want to still look for tattoos?
What? I don't want to just...
Well, that's fine. We don't have to go down that route if you don't.
Like, I would, but I don't want to, like... Yeah.
Side quest. Tattoo shop time.
Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. So, heading over to the Astral Citadel then. Okay.
So,
Find my... So, as you start to make your way down through the busy streets of the Astral Citadel, you find yourself, after a little bit, at the gates. What is happening now? God damn it. As you pass through the capital city, the city of Starlight, as it's been known to be called around here, going through the Lumina Plaza, past the Twilight Quarter, you find yourself once again at the front gates of the Astral Citadel, gleaming fortress of interlocking crystalline towers that slightly float above the ground. the light refracting through its spires, casting shifting rainbows across the city nearby, below. Its walls infused with ambient starlight, twist. And from what you can see, there are some corridors kind of off the distance that kind of twist and turn in various directions. Spellblade guards sort of standing there, not moving an inch, with various adorned armor that signify that they are royal palace guards rather than sort of the beat cops that are in this city. Citadel, representing power, knowledge, and control over these parts of Valsteba. Its presence is pretty looming as you start to get closer and closer. As you approach Spellblade guards, they kind of stop you. I assume you probably take out your badges, explain to them the situation. And they kind of just look it over and look at each other. They've been expecting you. Come. These massive, solid metal doors just start to open as the outer courtyard comes into full view. It's pretty sparse out in the front courtyard. There's not a lot of activity, as maybe you would think. Various guard towers that loom up high, keeping an eyeful watch over the surrounding areas. Two of them kind of escorting you behind you as you kind of start to enter, as these stone and crystalline steps kind of elevate into the main doors into the Astro Citadel Kingdom. First time, finally. As you walk through this entrance, two more guards kind of come over and push the doors aside. As you're in this very grand, opulent foyer, various members of the court running over to and fro, kind of all over the place. But you're looking specifically, as we had established, to the library. What would you like to do as you enter into the front area of this crystalline kingdom?
I think the library, right? Are we just gonna
Look at
straight
the map, iconography, where the library might be. If not,
Is there
we
like
can
a front desk?
yeah.
Like an info desk?
Yeah, an info.
There's not an info desk per se. You kind of have these guards that are kind of escorting you around. They seem to be sort of leading you to a certain place. So you could ask them if you could stop there for a minute before going forward. Up to you.
Excuse me, sirs, dear, lovely captains who are so tall.
Yes?
I know you said the people were expecting us, but we have an appointment with, I believe her name is Lysandra. She is the head of the library, and we need to speak to her right away. Her sister actually sent us, so can you point us in that direction?
Well, Lysandra Moonshadow and the rest of the Arcane Council are currently in session with the Yellow King and Mayor Saffron. They've been talking for quite some time. They've been waiting your arrival. Do you want to be brought there to talk to her?
Maybe we could just go to the library and wait.
They're waiting for us.
I knew things were gonna go down.
Well, I was gonna say Hermetha, like,
And I'm gonna try to whisper this and keep it from the guards.
I mean, I know Saffron's your friend. Are you worried about her? Should we go there first?
You know, honestly, the moment that we kind of put together that she was in danger, yes, I was worried. I still am, but if you really think that this library is going to better prepare us for the threats ahead, then we should, show up as prepared as possible. But clearly she's alive, so I hope. She should be fine.
They wouldn't murder her just like in an open council.
Yes.
Then again, we don't know this Yellow King. Yeah.
Maybe just a quick stop at the library.
Quick stop at the library. No.
She
what we're
asked
looking
us to
for,
pick
we're
up
going
some
there.
things from the library before we saw her.
Right.
That's true.
I am a close
Yeah.
friend of hers.
Right, yes.
For the mayor.
Make me, Hermitha, persuasion, deception, up to you.
Thank you. What am I good at? All right. First, this is actually my first real dice roll of the year. My God.
We go.
First dice roll 2025.
Let's go.
Right? Let me get the cute dice. I want the cute ones. And then, there we go.
The cute ones roll the best.
Until they don't. Natural 20.
Good luck
Literally.
for 7 years.
Can y'all see? I wish I could show y'all this. It's so tiny, but I swear
believe
to
you.
God,
Oh, yeah.
a nat 20. I'm taking a picture. That's a good
That's-
omen for the year. That's first
Holy-
dice roll of the year, and it's a 20. I mean, total 23. I actually needed that 20 so bad. So yes, I'm Hamitha, and Safra is my bestest friend in the whole wide world, and she wanted me to pick up something from the library, and she said to do it now, or you're going to lose your heads.
Whoa.
They just look at each other at that instantly. They're like, no, of course. If you have to prepare, we don't want to be in the middle of that. Please, follow us. And their royal blue garbs with golden armor kind of situated out of these sort of pauldrons that kind of signify a higher military rank that kind of have little drapes on them, little golden tassels. The corner, they're like, yes, please, right away. And they kind of lead you forth. And you get a tour of this sprawling, crystalline, golden structure. Various members of the court, again, kind of pass you, some in sort of elevated casual wear, some in the guard uniforms. Kind of twisting and turning, you're going upstairs, you're going up levels, walking past certain tapestries on the wall, various rooms that are closed off to you, people kind of looking at each other a little bit frantically and having conversation, then see you walk past and they just kind of look at you as you kind of walk around. You just feel very out of place here. And eventually go over to the left wing of the kingdom here. And some of these stairs kind of connect to other floating towers that they're all kind of intersected with each other. Some are floating up higher than others. And the Moonshadow Library is kind of in the left wing and the uppermost highest tower that's kind of floating. And as you kind of get there, you notice that the light kind of bends a bit. It starts to become a bit darker. Shadows kind of stretch farther around here. The air is a bit more cold. Ooh. And eventually you kind of get up to these very high cascading stairs that are dark obsidian stone and go up into this front-facing door with dark doors, dark mahogany wood kind of outlining the walls and framing the entranceway. She's like, just right out there. Would you like us to accompany you, or should we wait here for you? We can send
Wait
word that
right
it'll be a
here.
little bit.
Yes, and you better. And do not take a step after you send word until we're back. Thank you. That's all.
Wow.
Right away then. Yes. And then one of them just darts off, and the other one's like, I'll stay here for you.
Let's go, everyone.
And the guard kind of opens up the door for you. This big, huge metal handle opens
I
up.
walk through as I'm expecting this service. I walk through with purpose.
Okay.
Mitha, that armor is just invigorated.
Commands
Like, it's-
authority as
yeah,
well.
authority.
New year, new me. I've heard is the saying. Oh, yeah, it's very nice. Very, very nice. No, it came over me, but it worked.
Always impressed.
As you step into the confines of the Moonshadow Library,
God.
it is an arcane repository steeped in mystery and wonder. Almost feels like it's at contention with itself, the fringes of reality where shadow and starlight intertwine. Tomes, scrolls, artifacts surround you in copious amounts of areas. It is both a sanctuary for scholars and a labyrinth for those who seek its secrets. It's a sprawling structure of dark stone and shimmering obsidian spires stretching endlessly up and towards a starry void. Walls are engraved with glowing constellations that shift and move as if it's alive, cascading faint silver onto the polished floors. As you kind of open into the doors and step through, the doors shut behind you, and you see that on the other side of the doors, they seem to be made of some kind of moonstone, etched with a long forgotten language. And as we said, as you're stepping through, it feels just like an endless maze of towering bookshelves that defy the laws of space. Rows of tomes are suspended mid-air, and staircases spiral into the ether, leading to sections that fade into shadow. Gentle pale light filters down from nowhere and everywhere, cascading long, soft shadows. The air smells faintly of old parchment, moonlit nights, and hint of arcane energy. You kind of feel this faint hum of magical resonance that pervades the silence.
Magical indeed. Lewin,
Yeah,
I think it's time.
I don't even know where to start.
We can help.
And I would start looking around, trying to see, like trying to kind of act like, you know, I'm trying to figure out what we can bring to this meeting to help with the party, but something deep within is like, I know something is here that can figure something out and is almost selfishly, you know, behind the scenes looking for things.
Okay. So as you're kind of deciding where to go, what to do, you all start to kind of step forward. And then behind you, you hear this dark, whispering but guttural voice.
Hello. May I help you?
As you turn around, you see this incorporeal figure, cloaked in flowing robes of living starlight. Their face shifting constellation, their hands are slender shadows flickering like candlelight. Her voice carries an otherworldly echo, making it seem simultaneously distant and near.
I am Archivist Callistra. How can I help you today?
And it's there, everyone, that we will take our first break.
What the heck?
Well,
There's a cop in
Archivist
my head.
Callistra?
Oh, that's so
What the
cool.
heck?
What the fuck? That is so cool.
I was like, I can help you with a cough drop, but then I was like, that's rude. Don't do
a little
that.
bit too much bravado with that new
Yeah,
one. Bring it down a
Leave
little.
the
library.
I was like, rein it
Maybe
back
I shouldn't be
in.
mean to.
Yeah, we'll take a quick 5-minute break, everybody. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we're back. Thanks you, everybody. Thanks you. What the hell? Thank you, everybody, for letting us go refill drinks, grab snacks, and all that good stuff. Let's continue our descent into the Moonshadow Library. So, thanks you. Yeah, I know. Jesus. All right. So, as we left off, this towering, ethereal figure that looks like a combination of starlight and constellations, with a deep, dark robe over their body, approaches you, calls himself Archivist Callistra. The corporeal figure gestures to you.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Llewyn needs some questions
yes.
answered, and he's hoping to find what he can in text.
Come here, Lewin. And I drag him up in front.
Over.
Tell the nice person what you need.
I look at him for a second, and I try to form words, and I'm there for a good 10 seconds before I kind of just clasp my hands together, and I close my eyes as those wheels or those wings sprout from the back of my head again, cover my face as the wheels start spinning, and I'm just holding this position in focus before it flickers out. It just, and I unravel, and I'm back, and I look her in the eye, and I say, I need answers. And I don't know where to start.
You've come to the right place. What, pray tell, are you seeking?
I need to know what exactly I am.
This towering figure, this incorporeal humanoid of arcane energy, like 7.5 feet tall, I might add, looming, just slowly bends their body over, their cloak sort of wisping a little bit, no wind around. If they have eyes, they're studying you.
May I see them?
Them.
The power within that you conceal.
And I stand there and I go back into that same focused position. And any kind of like apprehension or security or anxiety that was holding things together seemed to drop. And the focus turns into almost a feral energy. The wings sprout again, cover my face, and I almost lurch over, and again, my arms lengthen. My whole entire body seems to pale somehow even more as I get slightly taller. Face is concealed by these wings as light is filtering through them. And 3 wings on each side of my shoulder blades sprout outwards. You've seen this before whenever Lune is forced to use his celestial revelation. And it's a penetrating, bone-crunching, and they're almost covering me like a robe. 3 wings on each side, biblically accurate angel. Luan's not really there, but is holding it together for these answers as the light just starts to flicker all around me.
So as you engage in this transformation, this place that you're in, possibly separated from the world you just came from. Darkened shadows, starlight intermingling all around you. Usually when you come into this form, shadow emits from you and spreads. And here you transform and starlight emits from you and illuminates the areas around you. And you're kind of breathing heavily as you're taking this form. Callistra backs away a little bit. Their elongated, wispy shadowed arms and fingers clasped together.
You are Asimar, yes.
I don't know. Is that the name for it?
You do resemble features of such, but old, ancient. Where are you from?
It doesn't even have a name. From some backwater outpost near the Moss Cathedral. I was saved by the orcs there, and they took me in from Lord knows where. Memories that I've since scrapped, since I've halfway forgotten. I was made out to be a herald, a sacrifice, a savior. I don't know. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to control all of this. But if there's any good to what's inside of me, I need to know.
The Moss Cathedral has been shrouded in mystery for some time. The Astral Citadel, the Arcane Dominion, has tried many times to intervene, to infiltrate. But you, Lewin, are connected to a higher plane. I can see the traces forming around you as we speak.
And then the looming figure kind of starts to float away from you and is seemingly leading somewhere. Do you follow?
I'll follow, and I'll glance back at my party to see if they are as well.
You know, if you need a little privacy.
If
It's-
you need support.
It's a look that screams uncertainty and fear,
We should go. We should go with you.
and I'll continue to walk.
Can't
Okay.
leave that face alone.
As you start to walk forward and follow behind, the four of you are kind of just staying where you are and maybe just looking around, and we can kind of cut to, or are you following as well?
We're following.
Everyone following. Great. So as this being starts to move forward, Lewin, you're in your elevated form, following behind everyone supporting you. Callistra sort of takes a sharp left and begins to ascend up, and these stairs emit out of pure shadow and become solid as she walks. They kind of form as they're walking up and up. And as you start to walk behind them, it goes up several feet until it creates this sort of circular banister around. And these sort of circular shelves start to appear. Still wisping, not very solid like the banister and the stairs are that go up. And almost like a symphony conductor, they start to manipulate the shadows. And as they take their hand out, this constellation being hidden within this robe, they kind of wipe their hand around, and all these lights kind of perk up. And they put their hands in, and the lights kind of brighten a little bit, like they're connecting into some force. The lights in the cloak start to kind of shine a little bit brighter.
All we know about the Moss Cathedral is that there was an event before they began to elevate themselves. A meteor struck the land. And ever since then, none have been able to go past their portals to know the secrets of what has gone hence. This event has rippled through their culture for many, many years. But you, Lewin, are tied to something far greater.
When she kind of turns, the arms and the books kind of rotate around you, and they take the hands and puts it up. And almost like a constellation of stars, they kind of put it out like a star map. And what you're seeing are various tomes that are linked together of histories that this event has been connected to. And it's like 80 books.
Curious which star you align with. Someone connected to the upper planes, connected to a event that changed the course of an entire people. What are your first memories, Lewin?
Stone walls, robed persons in gray, offerings in the name of someone who was supposed to put an end to the advancements of people, to technology, a hatred of progress, offerings to me, and everything else is scattered.
Curious.
They kind of take their wispy shadowed hand out and kind of reach out and kind of pull in something closer, and the star map kind of magnifies a little bit. And the points kind of go to stars, and all of a sudden the stars to become a bit shaded and dark as it connects to this other sort of web.
Like I said, the events surrounding Moon Shadow, or surrounding the Moss Cathedral's new identity is lost to us. But we have suspected for a long time that a celestial event may have occurred. What we do know, the very little answers we have been able to bring back from our network, resides in the Star Vaults.
And brings up this sort of image that's just this darkened, shadowed door.
It is a hidden section of the Moonshadow Library where celestial artifacts are kept. One such artifact we were able to procure was a piece of a fallen star. Evidence, pieces of maps to otherworldly realms. This includes the Penumbral Archives, a restricted area containing texts so potent that merely reading them can cause risk, madness, and in some cases, transformation. Would you be interested in exploring these archives?
I look back at the party, see if this is something that we think could help us.
Duh. You gotta do it.
I look back at the archivist,
Clara.
unless Hermione has something to say.
No, just really take your time and think about your brain. You know, just for a second. Just really think if you want to lose that. It could be a bad trade deal. I don't know much about negotiations, but
Just be smart when finding your answers.
Lewin kind of lurches with a blinding light almost out of the wing that happens, and is trying to remain in this kind of, elevated form and pushing forward with the answers that I've been looking for so long. And I look to the archivist, and Lewin will say, "This is important to me, what knowledge is in there. But if it's just for me, and doesn't help the people behind me, and the rest of this entire city, I don't need what's in there. Will something in here change the fate of not only the Citadel, but of Alsteba?"
Make me a persuasion roll.
Okay. 10.
As Callistra kind of goes back in the hands in this sort of shadowy, wispy information hub that they've created, essentially.
When one dives into the unknown, nobody can know for sure what the outcome will be. The answers you seek, your history bathed in shadow and unanswered questions. Many pathways lead to many possibilities. It may help be the outcome for whatever it is you're currently in. It could open up pathways to your history, to an understanding of yourself. But this I do not know.
Loon's trying to weigh the hope that is in this room, and also the risk, and knowing that the Moss Cathedral was a place marked on the map of those goblins in the very first quest that we did, and knows that if we keep following this path, we will make it there at some point. And Lewin knows this, remembering seeing it in the Seeking Stone as well, as a place that flashed in the crystal. And Lewin, knowing even just the name of what he is and a trace, I think he's going to take that just as a security and he's going to look back to his friends, who really is the only family he's known since, a military organization, since Brothers in Battle. And he's going to know that there's not a lot of time to act in accordance with the meeting that is about to happen within us and the Mayor Safra and the Yellow King. And he's going to revert back into normal Loon form. The wings lurch back and wings. My eyes are once again visible to the party, and I'm going to turn away from the door.
All right. Should you seek entry, come find me.
Turns around as their sort of back is towards you, controlling all this. Their form seemingly comes through their back, and their front is at their back to you all. They kind of just pass through themselves, and their back and their front switch.
Is there anything else I may be of service for you today?
Right. We'll process all of that after. That was a brave thing you did, Lewin. Don't want that to be missed. Should we be looking into that weird purple stuff? Those creatures? I feel like everyone here has something to unpack. I mean, honestly.
Seems like a place, if you had any questions,
They need to be answered.
they can be answered here.
Is there anything
yeah.
about Far Realm stuff? Mind flayers, doppelgangers, shape changers, entities from other planets that want to do evil? That kind of stuff.
We do have quite an extensive collection of history of the Far Realm and its contact with Valstiba. Is that where you wish to go next?
Yes.
Yes, please. And if you have like an abridged version, that would be great.
And you can't see them smile. There's no real expression in this hooded figure. But just from their body language, they kind of give a slight shrug that indicates maybe they're smiling a little bit.
Very well.
They kind of looking at you, they put their hand back into the shadowy half-circle desk. And a big light source sort of comes through the shadow as they take their hand out and a ball appears. They let it go.
Follow the index of eternity. It shall guide you to the information you seek.
And is it gonna take an eternity? We're on a timeline here. Want to check.
As the ball floats over there, each of you hear a voice in your head. Oh no, it won't take long at all. Please, follow me. And it starts to float down the shadowy steps, and the light kind of illuminates all the shadowy areas that become perfectly visible as it kind of flows through the darkness.
Clara will immediately follow and be trying to catch the ball.
The rest of you following? Okay. Takes you through this maze of knowledge, various pathways, corridors, tall bookshelves, some floating, some situated on the ground, coming up through various walkways and stairs. It eventually takes you to where their section on the Far Realm is. It kind of has, as soon as you talked about it, this spotlight kind of shines on where it is. So you can kind of see it in the distance of where it is as well. And the ball just takes you there. Eventually you come to these various bookshelves, like lined to the teeth of tomes, of recordings, of sightings and everything. What was it you were exactly looking for?
We are looking for a brief history of contact with the Far Realms and Valstiba. And maybe how to fight its monsters.
And if there's anything on tactics of doppelgangers or mind flayers when infiltrating war.
Okay.
Oh, so do you have a name?
I am the Index of Eternity.
Oh, we thought that was like your job, not your life. Oh, sorry.
So Ioe. Hello, Ioe. Ioe.
Stub your toe.
Ellie.
Owie.
Ellie.
Owie. No.
Good lord, you guys. Okay.
Promise we take you very seriously.
So as I'm bringing up some of these files here, just give me 1 second.
The Index of Eternity files.
Takes an
Makes
eternity to
sense.
find them.
Literally.
Sorry, Kevin.
This is fine.
It's so funny, you know?
You know, the DM will remember this. Just remember that.
No, please. The Index of Eternity is gonna kill us.
These are Aui's memories.
I.
Owie.
Oh, man.
So after a moment, the ball kind of floats there for a minute, kind of asks that question, kind of processing. Various books suddenly fly off the shelves and kind of get sucked into the ball itself as it gets bigger and bigger with all the information it's currently just ingesting to try to find the answers you're seeking. So go through these one at a time. What's the first inquiry?
So, mind flayers. We need all the information we can get on their movements, any encounters recently, especially here, in this area. Maybe I'm not very eloquent at this.
No.
Anyone
You're doing great.
You're
doing great.
I don't think they would have things like happening in the past. I think this is like an index of knowledge of past events.
Yes, I want
have
that. That, exactly what Tobin said, please.
specifically tactics of infiltration into government or power systems, of taking over.
Or
Places they don't belong.
or like maybe an index on like the lineage of the Yellow King. I don't know.
That too. I was scared
Perhaps.
to ask. I didn't know how you aligned with the Yellow King.
Red
But,
flags
you
just
know,
go off. Whoop, whoop.
Not mad at it though.
Guns just come out of the index.
Right? It's a
all
good
right,
question,
so
though.
in regards to mind flares and conflicts resolving regarding Valstiba, mind flares have been known to travel across Spelljammer space, across very many different planes, planets, and universes. Regarding Valstiba, they have made contact in the past. Throughout the existence of Valstiba, there have been pockets of time where the mind flares have taken root and have tried to establish colonies. One such near here is in a station called Zorzula's Rest. Other locations around Valstiba have also seen infiltrations of mind flares throughout the decades and hundreds of years these planes have existed. So far, in recent years, mind flares have not been seen invading or trying to contact anyone within Valstiba's walls that we are aware of.
What about doppelgangers? Same question, but for doppelgangers.
As Kevin looks up his notes. Doppelgangers are devious shapeshifters that take the appearance of other humanoids, throwing off pursuit or luring victims to their doom with misdirection and disguise. Few creatures spread fear, suspicion, and deceit better than doppelgangers, found in every land and culture. They take on the guise of any individual or race. As far as Valstiba's conflicts with doppelgangers, they have been found from time to time and have been swiftly taken care of.
In relation to mind flare activity, have they ever come together?
Processing. Mind flayers have been known to create many various monstrosities or creatures within their empire. Many experiments are formed with their far realm abilities. Doppelgangers, to our knowledge, is not one of them. But the Mind Flayer Empire is vast and strong, and have been known to create alliances with those that have the same goals. Alliances do not tend to last very long, as Mind Flayers tend to break those relationships or find ways to consume them into their horde.
Achaidh, can you tell us if there are portions of redacted information in this knowledge?
I'm not able to access that information. Information that would be redacted or off my memory banks would be inside the Star Vaults.
Well, Louie, looks like you gotta go figure it out now. Oh,
Just a random question off the cuff. Has there been any past activity between the god Loki and Mind Flayer activity?
You just see it be silent for a minute. The books all come out of it. Are you referring to celestial bodies or that of other realms such as Asgard?
Correct.
Follow me. And starts to move away from the far realm section.
Do we want to pursue this?
Yes.
Any
Alright.
answers are better than yeah.
I feel like he's tied in this somehow.
Okay, so you start to leave that section to a different section entirely as you go through these new this new area. Corbin, you do start to see the books take a different shape. The shape of Asgardian text. You see familiar runes etched onto some of the numbering of these shelves that you're starting to look at, and some of the various tomes that you even recognize maybe a couple of these. The covers of them and things, and the index goes over once again. All these books that they're absorbing seems to be a particular section, and you see that on the covers of these is an iconography of a particular shaped head with long horns that come up. And you see that the golden sphere has like traces, wisps of green that start to sort of swirl inside of it. The trickster god of Asgard, Loki. Loki has been rumored, has been said throughout the ages, to work with anyone and anything that will further his cause. Much like the Mind Flayers, these relationships do not seem to last very long, as Loki's plans vary in that of rulership, in that of personal enjoyment, or settling vendettas.
Is there any recent activity that would point to what his goals are now?
Although there is an outpost for Asgard within Valsteba's borders, very little connection has been made between the Astral Citadel and the Asgardian kingdom. These powerful beings are wrought with celestial magic and have been known to have wars with the Fae. But they keep their borders very, very secure and do not allow outsiders in willingly.
So not a lot of information. Do you have... He kind of searches in himself a little bit. Any tombs of... like Asgardian leadership manuals, ways to better oneself. Because when I was in the Asgard Protectorate, I was the hammer, the muscle of the group, and my friend Taylor was the mind. I'm looking to see if there are any tombs to help me increase my knowledge on how to lead more effectively.
All the Loki books kind of fill out of the index. Some other, like, not too many. There's like 1, 2, 3 books that kind of come out about whatever they know about the Asgardian rituals, history, tomes of that nature. Most of the Asgardian burial sites are within the walls of the keep in Asgard. Rumors have been said, depictions have been told of a rainbow bridge that leads to this very location. On the grounds of Volstibas, there have been histories accounted throughout the decades, the centuries, warriors of golden light and lightning crashing down into various battles for an unknown purpose. There is an account of a war between the Asgardians and the Fae that have gone on for quite some time. Recently, it is a time of peace between these two peoples, their history marred in what is rumored to be claim of birthright, treachery, Loki, Titans, and a line connecting to the upper planes. Sometimes these wars spilled out into the material plane. Tomes of these fallen heroes reside in secret, that only true Asgardians know where they are.
Okay, I don't think we're gonna find much answers that I seek in this place, but thank you very much, Ioe.
You are very welcome. There are some texts that recount quotes or battle strategies. They are very few and far between, though.
Okay. Well, is there anything else anyone needs to know?
Is there any accounts of the influence of Far Realm in the Fae?
Section kind of goes past the Asgardian section and kind of goes over to Feywild. Same kind of circumstance happened. The Mind Flayer Empire has been known to infiltrate many planes throughout the known world. This does include the Feywild. We do not have very many agents in the Feywild, but from those that are within those borders, there have been rumors of a force infiltrating various forests, an invasive species of some kind. Rumors of metallic identities infiltrating beasts and animals, transforming their features. None is really too sure if this is Far Realm influence or something else entirely.
Kevin, I have an above the table question. Our prologue that we did off screen, is that canon for this campaign?
Interesting. And there's been no research or knowledge as to what it is or how to stop it. Nothing that can help us if there happens to be an infiltration here. Again, looking for tactics, strategies to fight it.
Let me pull up some notes. Sorry, I have a billion tabs open right now.
Good.
Where?
Feel IOE.
Literal IOE.
Literal.
You just see flashes of like.
I just imagine like the loading screen on the little ball, like the little wheel turning.
Processing.
Very much processing. So, just to recap, you're asking about Far Realm creatures, how to fight them, mind flayers, that kind of thing, or this sort of tech silvered infiltration of the Feywild?
I'm trying to find out if there's any sort of connection between the two, comparing tactics that we're seeing here to what we know happened in the Feywild, and if the agents that they might have there can provide any information that might help our strategy here.
When connecting these events currently happening in the Feywild to Far Realm influence or mind flayers, there are some similarities. Mind flayers seem to infect and take over entire regions with the sole purpose of dominating that region and creating more mind flayers, spreading their influence and changing those to their own cause. There have been some similarities in this newer entity, spreading its influence onto the rest of its environment, similar to an invasive species. We do not know if this influence is trying to change things to its own cause. We do not know if it is maleficent. We do not know if it is trying to overtake the Feywild entirely. So far, this infestation has taken over a specific region, and our agents that have tried to go in have not come back.
Interesting. I don't know that necessarily
Looking to the group.
helps us. But it seems like there's some sort of infiltration on multiple fronts going on with multiple things. It's not just Far Realms.
Yes, we've happened to just come across one of many. Wonderful.
It could be someone is recruiting the help of all of these things to try and take over Belsteba.
Something in the background.
Try to take over multiple planes.
Who watches the watchers? A question. Well, I don't think they'll have that documented even in this library, so...
Now the real question is, do we want to chase the redacted information? Potential redacted information.
Do we want to do that right now?
Yes, we are on a time crunch.
Maybe we see what the council wants, and if we have time... I mean, not gonna lie, the information here, it's been good, but it's not necessarily helpful, so I doubt that there would be anything helpful there. And
Did
Maybe.
we do anything on the Yellow King yet?
We could do that.
I think it's nice to know, yeah, what they've been up to recently.
Yeah.
IO, your name is honestly hard to. I'm just going to call you IO. Index of other
Yes.
eternity, whatever name you need. IE sounds weird. Do you have anything on the Yellow King? Recent activities, past activities, decrees,
Lineage.
any of that?
The books kind of drop out of the index. The Yellow King comes from a long line lineage of warlocks. At one point, their empire was connected to the Martial Empire. Their arcane dominion and the Martial Empire lived in peace. And the two leaders sought a different vision for Belsteba, and a conflict occurred, with the arcane dominion ruling over supreme, battling them out to the land that they currently subside in. Not much is known to where the Yellow King gets their power, but one suspects it is passed down from generation to generation. Safeguarded with the knowledge that they are keeping the city's best interests at heart and leading Belsteba into an age of peace and prosperity for all. Their research at the arcane have transcended into many experiments that have benefited Belsteba greatly, and they continue this pathway forward for as long as they can.
Generational magic, of course. Interesting. Well, I think that's what we'll get out of that.
Yeah.
Big disagreement. They took over. And we'll have to understand the source of their power. They're moving a little strangely now.
Agreed.
But I think it's high time that we face them.
I think we have to meet this guy.
I agree.
Thank you, Achaidh.
Oui.
Achaidh. It's really hard for me, pronunciations. Thank you, Index of Eternity.
You are very welcome. Is there anything else I could do for you? Research on certain creatures?
Bourbon will look at Rollo and just read any body language. Are you staying on the outskirts on purpose? Are you trying to avoid any answers you need answered?
Rollo's just gonna kind of look around and be like, I don't need answers. I think I'm okay.
Closure.
She's just gonna kind of like that disassociated look that she gets, the like zone out and then click back in and just, I don't think this is how I'm gonna get it.
Understood.
Avi, are you able?
Are you evil? No.
Will you consume us all? Are you the BVG?
What's your alignment?
Are you able to tell us about the vulnerabilities of mind flayers and doppelgangers, since you so graciously prompted about creatures?
Far realm parasites, maybe.
Processing. Doppelgangers do not have many resistances.
Oh, great.
They have immunities to being charmed. They can see in the dark and are very hard to spot. When it comes to Mind Flayer Empire, depending on which Mind Flayer you come across, there are Mind Flayer Prophets, Clairvoyants, normal Mind Flayers, Mind Flayer Bulkers, Mind Flayer Hulkers, all kinds. Most of them have many immunities, depending on the Mind Flayer you come across. Some have immunity to being blinded, charmed, frightened. Some have resistance to psychic abilities. Very powerful in the ways of seeking information. Some have true sight. Some have spells. Some have even more abilities than the rest. But they do not have any specific vulnerabilities, like throwing water on them or
Right.
double damage with fire.
Ha, ha.
Thank you for that.
I've been learning humor in my spare time.
It's working.
Well, that was very pointed humor. That was very specific to our experience. So that. Did you all hear that? Water does not do anything to double and the double damage fire. So. Did we ever figure out what those things were? Just all the speed of all this. I forget. Those
Parasites.
creatures.
The doppelflayer
Face,
bugs. Yeah.
face huggers.
They're like face hub. We need a name.
Face huggers.
They're just face huggers.
I think that is the name.
They're literally. Oh.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay. Love that. Well, all right.
And
Face huggers.
we don't have one anymore, do we?
We're done with that. Yeah, we threw that away.
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's just
Did
still
somebody-
alive, kicking somewhere.
Did somebody draw it by chance? In a journal that they keep?
You could also just describe it.
I would love to describe it because Torben knows I write in my journal every night. So I describe this thing, and I even show pictures of this face-hugging thing that has tormented us this whole trip. Do you know what this is? This face hugger? Can we get more information?
Kind of takes a minute. Kind of processing the image. After a while, the piece of paper goes, leaves your hand and gets sucked into its body. The encephalon gemule. Due to the influence of the far realm, the eggs that usually hatch out mind flare tadpoles gets affected. The cluster no longer hatches into illithid tadpoles. Instead, when one of an encephalon cluster's eggs reaches maturity, it is rejected from the mass as an encephalon gemule. When spawned, a gemule appears as a misshapen, spindly-legged, pyramid-shaped nugget of soft, fleshy matter. If left to its own devices, an encephalon gemule grows into a cephalon cluster in a matter of days, at which point it starts producing its own gemules. When an illithid colony lays its eggs dangerously close to the far realm rift, an egg sac has a chance to mutate into what is known as an encephalon cluster, a ravenous, slimy, psionic brain-shaped mass that spawns horrors called encephalon gemules.
Thank you so much. I knew we didn't have the name. An encephalon cluster gemule. Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. Is my paper gone forever?
Comes back into your hand.
Thank you. I'll try to attach that into my journal. Thank you so much. Wonderful. We have the name now, and great. We know how they procreate. Disgusting. Oof. So they're like the rejects. Nasty.
The far realm's energy has a massive effect on those near it. It can affect items, creatures, and mutate things into otherworldly engines of destruction for the Mind Flayer's own purposes. Some have been known to take this far realm energy and use it to their own advances.
Well?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Did you say mutate?
Used for their own
Purposes.
advances.
What? Sounds like the meeting we're heading to right now.
Don't tell it that.
Thank you so much. Ooh.
They don't know what meeting we're going to. Yes. This is wonderful information. Thank you. Is everyone satisfied?
Yeah.
Thank you. We're going to take our leave now.
Have a nice day.
You as well. Let's go, everyone. Quickly.
The ball just kind of floats off.
Well, it's all just clicking together, isn't it? So great. Do you think it mutated those other creatures that we fought?
Could have happened.
Into those water things? In the pool of water?
But they were kind of doppelgangery. Did they evolve?
Yes, maybe it like attributes things, like seems like wild magic or something, you know? Very unpredictable.
As we say as we're walking.
I'm being very quiet. Yes, it's a library, I'm whispering.
Right.
Library walls.
Leaving the Moonshadow Library then to go to your meeting?
Yes, we must go.
I've been holding the Gem of Seeing in my hand the whole time.
Okay.
Just holding it, attuning.
Yeah, the Gem of Seeing has 3 charges.
Mm-hmm. I put it in my inventory.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying I attuned.
I attuned, I see all. So you have to, but it isn't something that's just like you have this night vision that you can see everything. You have to actively use it. And then
I preemptively said it that leading into this meeting, I'm attuned to it. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Can I have tried to attune to the staff as well, or would that not have been enough time?
Just holding the staff, feeling
it up and down all the ridges.
Fuck off! Okay.
That
What
thing's a
up?
mutation from the freaking Gemules, man. I tell you what.
That's the real reject. there.
Cephalostaff.
It's an encephalostaff. That's what my great grandfather called it. I now understand it completely. The gemule cluster thing, it just kind of opened memories I didn't really want to open, but here we are.
I don't want to see its clusters.
I almost threw up.
Oh man, this Yellow King won't see what's coming to him, man. This is crazy.
This is what real encephalon magic looks like. You want to see something mutated? Look at this.
You don't even know.
You don't even know.
We broke Kevin, you guys. We broke him.
First session back, we got to be a little ridiculous.
Oh,
Just
for
a little bit.
Every session we should
Disarm
be
you.
a little bit different. So, attuning to the Gem of Seeing, you're good on that. And with the staff, having attuned to it, it is a staff of Misty Step.
Oh, yeah.
Why does it look like that?
Yeah, why can't it have like wings or something?
If only there was
The
a
art
one shot where we could discover why that mage was such a pervert.
You're talking about my grandpa, and I don't like it.
Yeah, where's this guy
Chill
Mr.
out.
Steppin', man?
The royal family, your elevated wealth had to come from something, and it came from smut. Came from selling
It was
very
left-
questionable artifacts.
He had his own curio store. That's crazy.
I'm screaming. I have a lot to process now.
So, as you start to make your way down the halls, guard is still there, waiting for you. Was it successful? Were you able to find what you were looking for?
Very. Let's go.
He likes Hermitha.
To the Yellow King, then?
Yes, to our appointment.
Okay. Right this way. Starts to lead you down, and
Is there
Clara,
fun there?
It's got 3 charges. Hermitha? No, the other one is not there still.
That's a long time to send a message. I won't ask anything yet.
Okay.
I'll just note that. We go.
All right. So, leading down the various corridors of the Astral Citadel Kingdom, eventually, you do reach a particular set of doors. So, going to the utmost top tower that this structure can behold, taking through long corridors, taken to the very end of this sanctuary of golden celestial light, up various stairs. As you get closer to the throne room's entrance, everything here is a lot brighter. The floors are much more pristine. You can hear the clacking of your heels and boots throughout the hallways as you start to make yourself come closer and closer to the entrance at Hold. There's various tapestries on the walls of the Arcane Dominion's rulers, depicted fashions of epic battles, people who have taken on the throne at various times and their portraits. You can see kind of the transformation of like one of the first reigns of the Arcane Dominion. There doesn't seem to be any history abound of their collaboration, which once was the Martial Empire, that conflict was kind of born out of. Seeing what the Astral Citadel's main hub city kind of looked like back in the day. It wasn't very sprawling. It was very humble beginnings, and then you just see through the centuries how it grew and grew into this insane metropolis. Various artifacts on pedestals and things like that. But eventually, you come across to the entrance of the throne room of the Yellow King, the ruler of the Arcane Dominion. Silvery moonlight and starlight and moonstone kind of adorn this entire wall with various tapestries and designs weaving out through it of arcane symbols and sort of engraved in sort of textiles of like the cityscape within the walls that the doors kind of proceed into. That familiar sigil of the Astra Citadel that you had seen in the Dragon Cave above this door prominently displayed. There's like 2 guards, heavy plate armor, kind of over top of their Spellblade Guard royal blue and gold designs. Helmets on, these massive glaive staffs at their side. Various components of spell pouches around their cummerbund and their waist. The soldier just kind of...
The Yellow King is waiting. Crystal Vanguard has arrived.
Quite. Let's go.
Can I have Banff Truffy out in all of this while we were like walking up, just so I have my little mushroom guy next to me? Fuck off!
As soon as Truffy kind of bamps, the guards kind of grab their glaives a little bit as you just kind of put it out there unannounced.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. He's just my friend. He just wants to observe. It's okay. He's nice. He just farts a lot.
It's indigestion.
When we get a little further, I'm like, Clara, I turn like immediately, like, Clara, you cannot undermine my authority in front of the gods. You know how silly it sounds for me to say, let's go, and then you pass gas. And
Me, Truffy, he can't hold it in forever.
it was him. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, but still,
I know. I'm sorry. We'll work on timing.
it's embarrassing.
Before we go in, do we know exactly what we're trying to accomplish just as like a definition in this room? Or are we just approaching it and observing?
We are walking into danger. We must get Saphra out safely. Goal number 1, diplomacy. Goal number 2, don't fight and die. And goal number 3, if we fight, make it out alive. Maybe with Saphra intact.
That's why we have a Hermite then. Love it.
When we walk through the doors, I will activate the Gem of Seeing.
Do we have message? Oh my god. Your spores to
Spore
talk.
thing.
The spores to talk.
Rapport spores.
The rapport spores.
The rapport spores.
I
we have
can cast that. It'll let
Please.
3 of us talk.
Someone needs to talk to Torben while we do this, and I think that would be helpful.
Okay, so I'll cast it, and I'll cast it on myself, Hermitha, and Torben.
Absolutely. I have dispel magic for other things, so
Will they know that spell is cast in there?
it's
I
not,
mean-
well. Great
This
question.
is what I was going to ask.
Okay.
Great freaking question.
Torben, how do you activate this Gem of Seeing before going into the throne room ruler of the Arcane Dominion?
This guy's like magic guy supreme, and it's his throne room. So I'm just like, not to give Kev any ideas, but like,
I was always going to ask this before you guys went in, if you were activating it beforehand.
Well, it's not an offensive spell.
No?
It's just...
maybe, yeah.
It says, what does it say? It's an activated... You can speak the gem's command word.
They're gonna know.
They're gonna know. I'll just say, show me. And activate it as we go in.
So as just so I know the visual, you're taking a stone out in front of these guards and saying, show me.
Or I can just hold it and say, show me. Like, I want to see, I need to see if there's any doppelgangers in this room. If
There's no
it's-
like in between.
And that information
odds.
is something that probably the Yellow King would want to know as well. And well, depending on if he's suspicious or not.
Yeah, like we don't have like hallway.
For sure. It's all details that at this point is very, like, I have to be kind of just like detailed about it. That's all.
I totally understand.
Okay.
I trust you, O Torben, and your magical conquest to get us murdered by the Yellow King. It's gonna be great.
All right. So let's say, Torben, you have it in your pocket, and under your breath you say, show me.
Yeah.
I'm the illusions.
Gonna make some rolls.
Just clutching your mace.
I'm not joking. 1, 5, 7, and a 14.
So he's blind. All right.
Thank God.
blind.
No, those are perception or something. I think, maybe. We'll know.
So, you say that. Truffy's out there a little bit spooked. You alleviate them, it's okay.
They are waiting for you.
They kind of part. Doors themselves, all of the designs on it kind of light up with this arcane energy. They don't move outward, they separate into the wall. And as you enter into the Yellow King's throne room, the guard says,
Valiant Rex is waiting for you.
Who?
Valiant Rex is the
thank you.
name of the Yellow King.
Thank you. I forgot. I said that internally. I didn't.
I forgot his name.
Huh?
I was like, Yellow and King. That's his name. Yeah, Valiant. Valiant Rex.
That
It's
is
a great name, actually.
it's aura, man.
As the doors open, if you want to look at your Roll20 screens.
Oh, he's badass.
Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
See
Right.
inside
Who the is that?
4 guards clad in silvered and gold heavy armor. The Arcane Council of the Arcane Dominion standing at the foot of the throne room. And Varian Rex at the very end, standing on his throne. It's dead silent. Each step you make echoes throughout the chambers and the halls. As you look down,
Isn't that great?
the Yellow King, adorned in a very dark blue robe, hiding golden armor underneath. Sort of chain that kind of connects from the dark blue robe attached to the pauldrons in this very prominent golden faceplate mask with like a very tiny slit and various sort of angular designs that are adorned all over it with a hood up. Looking at the individuals in front of you, the guards who brought you in. My liege, the Crystal Vanguard have arrived. You are in the presence of the Yellow King, the ruler of the Arcane Dominion, Varian Rex, and his council. Archmage Selena Firebrand, leader of the Firebrand Tower, the Magical Academy, Azrael Shadowmantle, leader of the Shadowmantle Spire, Marcus Lightbringer, leader of the magical law that is upheld in these walls, and ruler of Lightbringer Keep, and Lysandra Moonshadow, keeper of the arcane tomes and ancient artifacts, and curator of the Moonshadow Library.
I bow immediately.
I follow suit.
You all take a bow. The guards put up their glaives and turned about face. The council staring at you all.
We don't move.
Varian
At
Rex
least I don't.
starts to get up from their golden throne, adorned in this red tapestry that surrounds this elevated stairwell. Inside this throne room appears to be 2 levels. The one you're standing down in is sort of the main level, and there's various columns and walls that are propping up a second floor above. And the entrance to the throne itself is an elevated stairway with various flowers and decorations abound, and this opulent royal red carpet that kind of flows down from the throne room, and the gold outlining the carpet. The throne itself with these very beautiful glasswork that kind of looks out to the rest of the city, of the Arcane Dominion. Varian slowly rises up. Light adorning all crevices of this hallway, even though you can't see any light sources to see where they're coming from. There's no sconces anywhere. Light's just around everywhere. And you see these 4 individuals standing in front of you at the beginning of the stairwell going up to the throne itself. Looking onward, as you had heard the guards announce this council to you, there were various nods of those titles. Lysandra Moonshadow, right here, a gray ashen tiefling with black and sort of yellow trimmed robe, that's sleeveless with forearm bands around them, with these black silken pants and high boots, and this sort of robe that is sleeveless and comes down the chest and is attached to the cummerbund and kind of floats down with tails. Long silvery hair that comes down, sort of blackened eyes, long horns that come out the side and kind of curl up. Then you have the Marcus Lightbringer, who's the leader of the arcane military, basically. Eye patch over an eye. Again, old silvered grizzled hair that kind of slicks back with a big bushy white beard, adorning in plate armor with a bit of red material underneath, with black boots and black gloves, with a black cloak that comes out of his pauldrons. And then we have Azrael Shadowmantle, who runs the Shadowmantle Spire. That would be the Shatterkai, who's right here. Again, grayish skin, pointed ears, long flowing hair that kind of is combed back and kind of curls up by the shoulders. A long gray, ashy, like charcoal robe with this sort of raven feather mantle that goes across the top of their chest and across their shoulders. And then you have Selena Firebrand, Archmage, who runs the Firebrand Tower, the magical academy where aspiring mages hone their craft. And this individual is in what looks like medieval knight mage combination with like clerical design. Like they have this overflowing gown necessarily like a cleric would have, but it's all metalwork. And they have this big helmet that covers their face, and their chin is kind of exposed, and it has this kind of backing of it that kind of hard to describe, almost has like a piece of metal that kind of rounds around their headpiece and kind of points at the top. King Varian starts to get up, recognizing your bow. Looks out to you all.
Crystal Vanguard. God. Welcome to the Astral Citadel. We have much to discuss.
And that's where we'll end the session, everybody.
Did I see anything?
It was getting too good.
We will get to that very question next time on War of the Realms. Gotta keep him coming. I'm sorry, Torben, don't kill me. But yes, what a freaking return session that was, everybody. Thank you all so
We
much.
finally got a shopping episode.
Yeah.
Finally did it.
Woo, in the
It was
books.
stressful, but it was like it didn't get hurt.
You know how hard it is to do research and shopping in one session?
Real.
Crushed it.
Kevin,
Crushed
goat,
it, Kevin.
man.
Good job.
Tried my best. But thank you all so much for coming to our return stream of War of the Realms. Love you all. Can't wait to see you all very, very soon, hopefully. Tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you, my lovely players. It's so good to see you and make stories together. I missed it so much. But until then, everybody, have a great week. Stay safe out there. See you next time. Bye-bye.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
We should have bought a scroll of fireball.
Clara, spare us, please.
Did we level up? Did we level up? Did we level up?
You didn't find anything. I leveled you up last fucking session.
But that was a delayed level up.
Rise up,